What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stack. My name is Ray.
And I'm Anthony.
Anthony's over here to do some commentary as I'm showing you guys a deck profile that I came up with very recently. Tested another version of it, and I was pretty satisfied with what it was doing, but at one point I was like, man, it doesn't sit right with my heart for it to or what it's doing. It was working fantastic, but I felt like it wasn't doing fantastic because of my tech. It was doing fantastic because of what the boss monster wanted to do, right? But I switched it around and I thought, man, like this just feels a lot better. Let me gather my thoughts real quick.
You got it?
I think I do. I was about to start. You know what I was about to do? I was about to start with the rookies instead of my eggs.
So, what kind of idiot
would do that, huh? So yeah, let's dive right in. The first eggs that I'm going to be showing you guys are my level 2 Upamons. Upamons, as you guys know, it's when attacking once per turn. If you have 3 security or less, you can draw a card. And we're going to be constantly being on low security with this deck, but this will come in handy because Upamon is going to be able to draw us. And then for our last deck, we're gonna run a Koromon just for that extra minus 1000 DP, just in case we need another little push to kill our opponent's Digimon. We do run Starmons in this deck, so Koromon might be coming in handy. So those are our 5 level 2s. And then to start us off with our level 3s, we have 4 Pulsemons. We have 3 Bushiagumons, and we have 4 Starmons. I'm just throwing numbers around. So 4 Pulsemon, 3 Bushiagumons, and 4 Starmons. The level 3 thing is throwing me off. And 4 Starmons. Best rookies in yellow as of right now. Starmon, self-explanatory on play, minus 1000 DP for each Digimon that you have in play. Bushiagumon, Rush, you can go for game with it. And then we also have Pulsemon, which if you're at 3 memory or less, you gain 1 memory. If you're at 3 memory or above, you draw 1. If you're at 3, you do both. So this is perfect because we're going to be using our memory as our security as resources. And that's what we're going to be doing, and that's why these level 3s are important to our game plan. After that, we tech in some other level 3s, the first one being Cutemon. Cutemon is pretty decent, especially against green. Other notable matchups that it will come in handy against would be purple Lilith Loop, right? With and not just Lilith Loop, but any deck that wants to cheat out Omnimons with Mega Digimon Fusion, as well as obviously, like I mentioned, green. You know, we run 1 for the tech just in case. And after Cutemon, since we're going to be trying to lower our recovery, we're gonna be using some Patamons, and we'll also be having 1 Lucemon, right? So Patamon, if you are at 1 security or less, recover 1 on play, and Lucemon, it just recovers 1, right? And then after that, again, pretty standard for yellow. We run 4 Terriermons. We run 3 Pidomon. Standard for yellow. Normally, yellow usually runs 4 and 4. Pidomon is okay in our opinion. I think that, again, Pidomon is good to turbo into the Digimon that you're trying to get to, but it's not good when it comes out because 5000 DP, almost about everything can get over it, as well as you have all sorts of the removal that does 5000 DP and 6 cost Digimon. He can be removed easily. That's it, right? So that's gonna be it for some of our champions, and then we will also be running 2 Unimon. Unimon obviously a little better than Pidomon with at 6,000 DP, 5 cost to drop, as well as 2. It's good to choke your opponent if you're going second, and not just that, but it's a little less susceptible than Pidomon at removal. So Unimon is going to be a little harder to get rid of from your opponent's side, and it's good tech here and there. As well as our last champion is going to be Gatomon. You can probably see where this is going. Gatomon during your opponent's turn, if you have a purple Digimon in play, Gatomon gains blocker, and not just that, but she also has an ability that says on play, if you are at 3 security or less, you can recover 1. And if you remember, we're going to be lower on the lower end of our security, so this effect is going to come in handy. Next up is a card that I don't think is that good, but in this deck it's a little better.
That's weird.
That's weird, right? Since we're going to be at lower security constantly, we want to run Angiwomon. So what Angiwomon does, when digivolving, you can -2 security one of your opponent's Digimon, which is good when your opponent either is trying to go for game or they're trying to do a crazy OTK type of play. You're going to be able to just lower their security attack, and going to be able to keep yourself a little more safe. So this is good against red. This is going to be good against blue since they restand. It's good in certain matchups. And also, I can't forget to talk about it's inheritable. The main reason why we're going to be playing her is because her inheritable, when attacking, if you have 3 security or less, you can play 1 level 3 from your hand without paying its cost. So this is going to come in handy a lot of times since we're going to be on the lower side of the security. So we're going to be lowering our security and recovering so that she can go on ahead and get her effects going. Alright, and this is where our deck is going to start getting pretty interesting. So next up, it's Shakumon. We play 4 of them. Why Shakumon? Shakumon is pretty interesting. What it says is during your turn, this Digimon is treated as blue, and during your opponent's turn, all Digimon with no Digivolution cards gain -1 security, right? So further stopping your opponents from attacking you. So if your opponent is trying to rookie rush you, that stops them, as well as if your opponent is trying to play Digiburst strategies, it can potentially stop them as well. They can take out stuff from their Digimon, and then with Shakumon now is able to stop that Digimon and say, hey, you get -1 security, and they go for either 1 less security or no security at all, right? And also, something spicy for this deck is that he is also a blue Digimon, right? This is our final level 5, including Angiwomon. That's 8 of them. Next up, we're going to do our main boss monster, which is going to be Mastimon. Mastimon is a really good card. You're able to do really cool stuff with her, including bringing up any of your Digimon from your graveyard, which, if you noticed, all of our level 4s and lower are yellow. So what she says is, when digivolving, you trash 1 card from both your security and your opponent's security, and then you're able to play something from your trash level 4 or less, right? So now we're going to start being able to play stuff from your graveyard, as well as with Angiwomon, we are going to be able to start playing stuff from our hands, right? So Mastimon helps us get to 3 security so that we can trigger Angiwomon, and then not just that, on top of the Angiwomon trigger, you have Mastimon's trigger, which can bring something back from your graveyard, right? So next, for our last level 6, we're going to be running Leopardmon. Why Leopardmon? Okay, we're already playing stuff from our graveyard. We're already playing stuff from our hands, right? With Shakumon, we're able to go into Leopardmon why not go for a little extra, right? Why not go ahead and be able to take a level 4 or lower from the source of any of your Digimon, right? So you can Digivolve up into Leopardmon, and we have a bunch of level 4s with level 3s with on-play abilities, right? Starmon, on play. Patamon, on play. Pulsemon, on play. Gatomon, on play. He can take Gatomon out from a source, right? It doesn't even have to be him. So what he says is, when Digivolving, you may play one level 4 or lower lower Digivolution card off one of your Digimon, and it's not color restricted, as another Digimon without paying its memory cost. Not just that, but during your turn, all of your level 4 or lower Digimon gain jamming. So not only are we able to play things from our hand for free, things from our graveyard for free, now we're able to play something from our source for free and give it jamming. So now we're going to be able to do a ton of crazy stuff, playing things from everywhere, right? And next up, our last, that was our last level 6. Finishing off our Digimon, we have up next a level 7. The only level 7 we run is Omnimon Zwart Defeat. Why Zwart Defeat? The reason why we run Zwart Defeat is because he's good in security. He can Digivolve off of our Mastimon. He gets rid of a Tamer. Who doesn't want that? And he also deletes one of your opponent's Digimon when he dies, right? So he has multiple uses, right? A lot of uses. You can, if you bring him out from your security, now you have an extra body in play. If you Digivolve over him, now you get to get rid of one of your opponent's Tamers. So if there's a Tamer stopping you from swinging with your rookies, let's say a Takumi Aiba, maybe, you can Digivolve into Omnimon Zwart, kill it off. Not just that, but if there's also a memory Tamer on the other side of the board that you want to get rid of, you can do that with Zwart Defeat, right? So a lot of utility just in one card. If we see it, we're not mad about it. If we see it, we're happy about it. If we don't see it, we're not mad about it, right? So next up, we have a TK Takaishi. Actually, we have 3 TK Takaishis. Reason being, we want to be searching for our pieces over here in this deck, particularly some of our on-play Digimon, because they're going to be able to help us recover our security, as well as, it's always good to search, always good to grab something, put it into hand, right? TK Takaishi, really good Tamer. Next up, just to be able to get at 3 security and be able to gain tons of memory, we got Blinding Ray. Blinding Ray, of course, really good. We run 4 just because we want to try and get to 3 security to trigger all of our effects as much as possible. And the memory is nice. You're going to be able to do some really explosive plays, going to be able to get a lot of value off of Blinding Ray, right? Last but not least, we run 3 Spiral Masquerades. The amount of Digimon that we're going to be able to cheat out is very Lord Nightmon-ish. We're going to be able to play Digimon from our graveyard. We're going to be able to bring Digimon from our sources, from our hands, from our security. So our board is very likely to have a Digimon on play whenever we have Spiral Masquerade at hand or on security, right? So more than likely we're going to have a board full of Digimon that we can take advantage of Spiral Masquerade with, right? What next? Combos. All right. So now we have some combos, right? Let's say that you potentially start at 3, right? Let's say you potentially start at 3, whether you have a TK or let's say you have your opponent just gave you 3, right? If you have TK, that's perfect. If not, don't forget, we always have Blinding Ray, right? We can always Blinding Ray. The minimum that they can give you is 1, and then if you Blinding Ray, you already go to 3, right? So you can Blinding Ray, go to 3, gain a lot of memory, right? Mastimon can already bring 1 Digimon out from your graveyard. Mastermon can bring out Pulsemon from your graveyard if you're at 3. So if you're already at 3, which Blinding Ray can help us do, let's say like you were at 5. If you were at 5, now you're at 4, play Mastermon, you're at 3, you can bring out Pulsemon. And now Mastermon only cost us 3 memory instead of 4, right? Now, because of Pulsemon coming in, not only did you gain that memory, but you also get to draw a card, right? Another cool thing that you can do after that, if you have Angelomon under, right? Remember, you're at 3 now. You got to draw from Pulsemon. You got to gain a memory from Pulsemon. Now your Mastermon, assuming that your Mastermon can swing, your Mastermon can swing. And with Angelomon, you can bring out something else. Obviously a Starmon. You can bring out another Pulsemon and gain another memory if you have one in hand, right? These are cards that you can bring out to gain memory and gain a lot of value off of them, right? Now, let's say you didn't have Pulsemon, or you didn't have Mastermon, right? Let's say you did have a Shakumon out. With Shakumon out, now you're going to be able to, let's say you were at 3 again. Now you're going to be able to Digivolve Shakumon into Leopardmon. If you had a Pulsemon under Leopardmon, you can bring Pulsemon out. And if you are at 3, you gain a memory as well as drawing a card, right? Assuming that you're at 3 security, right? Gain a memory, draw a card, as well as other Digimon that you might want to consider. If there is a Gatomon, you had a Gatomon out and you're at 3, right? And your opponent is threatening you. You can take out Gatomon, now you are able to recover 1, right? So now you're at 4.
So some combos that I were thinking of were some push plays. I
totally forgot about Bushy too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So you let's say you have your memory Tamer, and maybe you don't really need to gain memory with Pulsemon to keep your turn, but instead you Blinding Ray, right? You set yourself to 5. You go Maste over an Angelomon, right? You bring out a Bushi. You swing and use Angelomon's effect to bring out another Bushi, right? And you use that pressure to push. Or you could even do the same thing with Leopardmon if you happen to have Digivolved over a Bushi Agumon. So there are a lot of push plays that you could do with this deck as well that I really appreciate.
Yes, this deck is going to be able to play a level 3 from anywhere, right? So no matter where you go, if you have Shakumon, you're going to be able to Digivolve either into Leopardmon or Mastemon, right? So now you're going to be able to use your graveyard or your sources as a resource, right? If you have Mastemon, you Digivolve Mastemon, you can bring out anything from your graveyard, whether it's level 4 or a level 3. We already know the combos, right? We know bring out Lucemon just to recover again, bring out Patamon to recover again, or bring out Bushy to go for game, right? Same thing applies with Leopardmon. If you have Gatomon under him, you can Gatomon to recover. If you have Pulsemon, you have Pulsemon under him to gain a memory or draw, as well as if you have Bushy and you have enough memory, you can Bushy to go for game, right? And don't forget that Leopardmon doesn't just take Digimon from his sources, he takes Digimon from any Digimon source, right? So you can Leopardmon from Shakumon, and let's say you have a level 4, you can take out the level 3 under that level 4. Now you have 3 Digimon in play for the cost of 4 memory, right? And with Blinding Ray, you're able to always get up to 4 memory, as well as now you have 3 Digimon that you can Spiral Masquerade with. So the combo potential in this deck is very, very big. Other notable things are obviously Leopardmon gives jamming to your level 4 or lower, right? So let's say like you can't go for game just yet, but you want to try and keep as much board presence as possible. You can potentially take out a Bushy Agumon from Leopardmon and swing with him. Now he has jamming, he is able to stay on board, right? And you can threat with Digivolving him up into, let's say, a level 4 with 6k, or even if you have enough memory, you can Digivolve him up to a level 5, or even another Leopardmon, right? So you're able to do a lot of pretty cool things. with Leopardmon as a tech in this game. And obviously, Shakumon is a good tech too because it stops a lot of other Digimon from just going ahead and guns blazing, let's swing at whatever, right? You have any thoughts?
No, I mean, not in terms of combos. I think this deck does a lot of things well, right? So you have some aspects of like control on your opponent's board with like sword defeat and DP reduction, and then you also have the ability to like build a presence in the form of like swarming the board with the many ways. And I really like, before, you had Lord Nightmon and Angelomon calling stuff from hand. Some people made Lord Nightmon and Mastermon call it from hand and trash. And now this deck kind of like brings it all together. Call from hand, call from trash, call from Digi-Evolution source. And so there's no, like you said before, there's nowhere a rookie can be that you don't have access to in your deck, which is what makes this like really cool and unique, and just has like a lot of combo potential if piloted correctly. So yeah, I think it's really cool.
I would suggest you guys to try this out. It's a really fun deck. Some really quick last thoughts. You can also run this in a Lord Nightmon deck. The Leopardmon and Angelomon, the Leopardmon and Shakumon tech. The cool thing about that is that you can sub all 4 Angelomons in this deck and play instead a full set of Nightmons, and now you can hard call anything that Lord Nightmon wants to hard call when attacking, including Nightmons, Kotemon, and Gladimons. Another cool thing is that Gladimon and Kotemon also synergize with Leopardmon, right? Kotemon not as much, but Gladimon does, because Gladimon can search your security, and you can grab a Royal Knight or a Holy Warrior from there. So you can grab a Leopardmon and actually recover after that. I find that it synergizes well enough. It just doesn't do as much as I want it to, if it makes sense. It's already doing a lot, but I really enjoy playing this deck. The amount of combo potential is insane. Really fun deck to play. I would encourage you guys to try it out. I don't believe that it would be any tournament winning deck. Let's see. I'll try it out at one of my locals, but really enjoy playing this deck. But other than that, guys, let me know what other techs you would play. Does this inspire you to spice up your deck, do something? Let me know in the comments down below what you would change, what you would add, things like that, right? How do you like this deck? Would you play it would you play it at your locals? Not just that, guys, thank you so much for the support. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends, share with your Lord Nightmon friends to show them a different yellow deck that they could be playing, right? And have some fun. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget,
stay stacking.